My question is to the Premier and the Minister for Tourism. I refer to the federal Labor government stripping regional employers of priority visa processing and now deliberately slowing working holiday visa applications. Two decisions that will make it even harder for regional tourism and hospitality businesses to find staff. And I ask, what has the Premier done to stand up to his federal Labor colleagues and prevent regional tourism businesses being left without the workers they need?
Premier.
Mr Speaker, I thank the member for the question.
Premier, sorry, just wait. Member for Central Wheatbelt, there's no need for you to be interjecting. The Premier hadn't even started his response. Premier.
Mr Speaker, I thank the member for the question. Obviously it's a very important one and pertinent one for where the nation is at today. Yeah. Because, Mr Speaker, we know that in Western Australia to succeed, we're going to have the skills migration necessary to ensure that we have the workers we need to build the homes, to fire our industries, to work in agriculture, to make sure that we have the people we need to keep our nation going forward. And Mr Speaker, I've made this very clear directly to the Minister for Immigration, Tony Burke, just to reassure him that in Western Australia the community supports skilled migration because we know that it's important for our economy and our community. It's one of the great success stories of Western Australia that we have such a multicultural society. People who have benefited from coming here, taking advantage of the jobs that are available and contributing to our economy, as well as the cultural, enriching us culturally through the sharing of different cultures and origins of everyone in this state. But, Mr Speaker, I acknowledge that the federal government is under pressure at the moment in relation to migration policy. They're under pressure because of the Liberal Party, the National Party and One Nation in this toxic coalition of
Members of the opposition, you've asked the question, let the Premier respond.
These anti-migrant, anti-multicultural, monoculture policies that they are supporting.
Members, Premier, thank you. Please pause. Members of the opposition cannot hear the Premier's response, so please stop the interjections. Premier.
Mr Speaker, those opposite have a responsibility. If they are going to continue to be mainstream parties, and all the polling suggests that they will not into the future, but if they are going to continue to be mainstream parties, they have to reflect the mainstream of this state. They have to reflect the mainstream of this state. They should not stand by next to One Nation saying, like your hat, come and meet some other people on the pre-poll. They shouldn't sit there cuddling up to One Nation and, essentially...
Point of order, Member for Central Wheatbelt.
On relevance, the Premier was asked about a specific visa class that's affecting Western Australia.
Member for Central Wheatbelt. Member for Central Wheatbelt, thank you. Leader of the House, thank you. Member for Central Wheatbelt, I've answered this question multiple times. In regards to relevance, the Minister can respond any way they feel necessary to the question. It may be completely relevant or it may be partly relevant, but that level of relevance is up to them. So you can't keep raising points of order against relevance when it just becomes disruptive during question time. Premier.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The relevance here is that those opposites call for more migrant skills coming to Western Australia.
Sorry, please pause. Member for Central Wheatbelt, you do not keep commenting on my decisions and rulings when I make them. Okay, I'm going to call you to order for the first time. But on your reference to the federal parliament, they have different standing orders to us. Premier.
Mr Speaker, so those opposite have got a problem. They've surrendered their policy thinking to One Nation. The Leader of the Opposition has surrendered his entire candidate to One Nation. Surrendered his entire candidate to One Nation. He's actually trying to get One Nation elected.
Leader of the Opposition.
I feel sorry for Ryan Robertson, Mr Speaker. It's just his...
Premier, please pause. No, the Premier hasn't finished yet. I'm just waiting for the opposition to settle. Premier.
So, Mr Speaker,
Leader of the Opposition.
The National Party knows that if rural and regional Western Australia is to continue to thrive, it's going to have more people living there, increasing our workforce through skilled migration. However, what they want to do, Mr Speaker, is back in Pauline Hanson. They want to go for their monoculture Australia, one which doesn't exist.
Member for Central Wheatbelt. I'm going to ask you to withdraw that. Thank you. Premier.
Speaker, the hypocrisy of the National Party in relation to this. On the one hand saying we're with One Nation, we're with Pauline, we're with the Liberal Party, and on the other hand saying, but we need skilled migrants to come to our communities. We agree with the agrarian socialists on this one, Mr Speaker. We agree that we need skilled migrants in Western Australia to keep our nation going forward. If, Mr Speaker, we're going to take advantage of the opportunities that AUKUS provides, if we're going to take advantage of the new industries that diversify our economy and continue to boost manufacturing in WA, we need to have a strong skills migration program to ensure that we're attracting the skilled migrants we need to power these industries. But then we hear from the National President of the Liberal Party.
Members.
Then we hear from the National President of the Liberal Party, hanging on the coattails of Pauline Hanson, hanging on the coattails of Pauline Hanson.
Leader of the National Party. The more you interject, the longer this reply is going. Premier, if you can start to wrap up your comments, please.
So there we have the Liberal Party that have completely vacated the policy space, the entire political agenda to One Nation. And the Leader of the Opposition wanting to go into some sort of toxic coalition because he realises that's the only way he's going to get to government, is if he's a junior partner as part of a One Nation, stab you guys in the back, you're dead. But One Nation, he's up for that. He wants to be part of the One Nation coalition, Mr Speaker. We know, Mr Speaker, that skilled migrants are an important part of Western Australia's future. We know that those opposite are fuelling a national debate which is anti-migration, anti-skilled migration attraction. And so for the member to stand up here and say, where are these workers, is just sheer, frankly, blank hypocrisy.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, member for Albany.
Premier, how can regional tourism and hospitality grow if there is no one to do the work?
Members. Premier.